Welcome, YouTubers. Welcome to the channel that doesn't have a name yet. My name is Steve, and if you've caught any of my little pre-videos I've put out, you maybe see me feature this Cherokee here, 99 XJ. We call it Scrappy because, well, we put stickers on it that say Scrappy. Because the guy said if we don't buy it, it's going to scrap. Like, that was the deal. So, when we bought it, the vibration from the rear end, because the springs were so broke, yokes would hit the drive shaft, like it was so much bind, it was terrible. So we picked it up. But what I want to just let you know is this is our YouTube channel. We're starting this first one. I haven't even named it yet, still under my personal name. This is my little garage here. We do stuff in here. We do anything from RC cars. I ride bikes, mountain bikes, road bikes. Did I say RC cars? Probably did. We've got 3 or 4 Cherokees. We got an old 46 Willys. Yeah. And I'm just going to kind of take everybody along and show you what we do. We don't do any one thing particularly. We don't do it a lot. But we're always tinkering on stuff, and we're just always doing stuff. So on this particular Scrappy, my son and his buddies had quite an adventure the other weekend. They went bopping through the woods, Bajan, ice bopping. I'll put a clip in here of something cool. Oh wait, I don't know how to do that yet, so I'm not, maybe, might not, probably not gonna have a clip in there. But I got a call, and it was like, hey, Dad, so we got a tire not on a bead because I hit something that was like really hard. And it's like, oh, cool. Okay, we'll come out and, we'll do that. So let me at least introduce to you the project that we do have at least going on here that we know about right now. So if you don't know, if you hit a frozen dirt embankment with stock and Cherokee lower control arm mounts, you end up with one that sort of looks like that. Yeah. Sorry for the flashlight glare there. And that's pretty normal. You box the front, you can avoid it. But also when you hit hard enough, you will find that where your steering box bolts on right here. Apologize for my poor camera work. Video legit #1. You get a little indent here. And this is supposed to be flat across here, and that's a pretty significant indent. So I have a brother that's pretty awesome that runs a laser at work, and he can cut me some braces that we've previously made for my Cherokee, another 98 that I've had for like 20 some years. That's how we kind of fell in love with Cherokees. Is you can really, if you wheel them right, know their limitations, you can beat them pretty hard. I've had mine for a long time. The night this happened, his buddy was driving mine, and let's say when I came out there, I drove mine in front of the group of boys and kind of showed them, teenagers, how I drive. I left the door pretty wide open, so yeah, so mine took a thrashing too, but you build them right, they take it. So yeah, this is Scrappy. He is a 98 we saved. We don't have a, well, I want to say we don't have a lot of work into him. I'm a automotive technician for the last 20 some years, so what's a lot of work for me and others. This did develop a really bad torque converter seal leak. Like, we did a road trip. I thought it was blowing up behind me. I looked in the rear view, and it was a 20-mile drive, and the amount of smoke behind it was like, holy. Yeah, dumping out of the transmission. When we got to where we went, we built a heat shield on the exhaust to hope it not dump right onto the exhaust pipe that goes right under there. Yeah, it got to a point where we left it and came back with the trailer because it was leaving puddles. So, yeah. So, of course, we had a parts one, swapped transmission in it. Like I said, we had to go through the leaf springs and all that in the back. And after all that, because I just learned something about my camera, not that much work, right? So that's the plan to get this going. His buddy, my son and his buddy are going to come over tomorrow night, and they're going to start. We have control arm mounts ordered. Won't be here till the end of the week. I think they're going to probably get everything apart, and hopefully they get the bracket cut off. We need to mark its location as much as we can, the hole and everything, so that we get that in the right place. So that's the plan for that. We'll get this back on the road. We got a couple wheeling events this summer that we want to go to with the two Cherokees. Beat on them a little bit and everything. So that's the plan with that. Otherwise, at some point in the channel, obviously you'll meet my Cherokee. It's also 99. It's twice I've said 99. Mine's a 98. This is a 98. We have a 99. My son has a 99. That's clean, pretty stock. Gonna keep it that way. I know in the beginning of this I said this was 99, 98. It's actually been a really reliable. I mean, like once we got that tranny in it, the first one shifted good too. But like this, it works. These things when they work, they're really nice. I like them for off-roading. I know a lot of people are like Wrangler people, and I've wheeled those, and the engine placement and the weight distribution and these Cherokees, these XJs, I mean, there's a reason they work and people love them. The AW4 transmission that Chrysler didn't build works way better than anything Chrysler built at the time, so you can, short of that leak, I mean, like you can beat the snot out of these things. At some point, well, if you look at mine, there's my channel, there's a video of about 40 seconds of his buddy doing shitties in mine, and its rev limiter, 4-liter rev limiter, is awesome. So we will get to that. I'm not sure how much camera they want, but I'm going to try and get video of them tomorrow night, or at least get of their progress, see where they're going. And then down the road, yeah, you'll get to meet our fleet. Cherokee. I think at one time my son owned more Cherokees than I did. How is that? I guess father like son, son like father stuff. So, also, I'm totally learning like where to look. I know I should look there, but I want to look there. I don't know. So much to learn. We'll give you a shop tour. We'll give you a fleet tour, RC car tour. We got way too many of those. I'm basically midlife crisis man. Mid 40s. I still like the toys I liked as a kid. Still like I said, ride bike. I mean, right? 10 years old, I rode bike. I got back into riding bike. I guess it's a longevity, life, fitness thing. Rode one of those a lot in the young days, still attempt to, but I seem to hurt myself more on bikes than that thing, so maybe we should just leave that on the wall. Alright, welcome back, YouTube. So we're back in the garage 2 nights later. The boy and his friend came over. They did a bunch of work on this thing. I showed you the control arm mount that needed to be cut off and everything, and they basically got the control arm unbolted. So still got the pretzel under there. Yep. In teenager fashion, they managed to get the tires are now white letter. Perfect. And the wheel wells are enlarged. There's the rest of them. So they took it apart, they sawzalled it, but on the good side, we got parts in. So we got the new lower control arm brackets in right here. These all notched together. This piece will notch on these sides to be super boxed in. They're probably 3/16. And my brother brought over Yeah, these are very similar. This is that steering box brace that I had mentioned. Let me show you real quick. This goes in here, if I can hold it. Give me a second. Slides right up in here, and it hits all 3 steering box bolts. And then this one here, which is already sleeved, and we can use that to strengthen this whole sort of obviously compromised unibody frame thing. We'll notch it around here, these tow hook brackets. And I think I'm going to grind these up. I gotta had him give me just a couple. These are just going to tie them together, not for any real rigidity, but more for pulling strength should he get stuck. And we kind of need to, you know, get the old GM tow hooks from like a 90 something, so tie that in for a little more strength. So yeah, so we got a little work ahead of us for the weekend. On the old Scrappy, get them back on the road. Like I said, they did all the important stuff, trimmed out the rust. You know, now it's rust free. White letter, because that's cool. And just like I said, you know, of other things we do, I don't know when he was driving this, but here's one of the RCs in our Senton. Pretty good, pretty tough little unit. I've got a Slash that I've been beating on forever that takes pretty good beating. So we'll get to that this weekend, hopefully. Get this back out of the garage so we can get on the next project, whichever that may be. Probably, I think mine needs an alternator. They did a little bit of puddle jumping. I think it got a little too wet, even though I do have a shield under it. But yeah, so that's the update on this. Oh, another little project. Yeah, we dabble in mini bikes because, I don't know, they have tires and engines. I mean, if it's got some mode of propulsion, human, gas, electric, LiPo batteries, whatever, we'll play with it. We'll check it out. So thanks for coming along. Gonna get this posted up. Appreciate everybody watching, and see what comes in the future. Peace.